Hey,
Hello, sir.
Brady, how's it going, man?
Doing good.
Good.
So, sorry
We
to
made it.
sorry. Say that again, sir.
We made it.
Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. So, the first thing I want to show you is sorry if this makes me sound a tad lazy. I need to put in the comment section because it's kind of long. Like,
A
here's the
what?
first topic I want to discuss, and it's gonna be in the chat. Okay.
Oh, in the chat. Okay. Mm. mm. Mm-hmm. 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 I agree.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
respect.
I agree.
Yeah, I respect the fact that you don't use subharmonics yourself. I mean, you already have it in your model voice. It's like, who cares, right?
Yeah, I mean, I I've been singing since I was 5 years old, and my voice changed when I was 12. But I learned the fundamentals before my voice changed. And so many times I speak to guys that they want to hit these super low notes. And my first question is, where do you sing? Where do you perform? And most of the time they tell me they don't sing. They just want to hit the low notes. And so that's always been kind of, I get it. I understand it, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, so do I. Yeah.
but but I'm a musician, I'm a singer, and I'm an artist, and I use my instrument for musicality purposes and harmony and solo work and voiceover and stuff like that. So there's always a purpose behind everything I do with my voice.
Yeah, it's like,
Um, if if all you want to do is just hit certain tones, that if that's your thing, that's your thing, But I think the voice is so much more than that, and it can be so much more than that. I was speaking with a young guy the other day, and so many times people send me their videos. Hey, Eric, check this out. Listen
yeah,
to this. Give me your opinion. What do you think? And after I listened to it, I gave an honest assessment, not to be, rude or mean or anything. And I
well,
gave him an
it
honest
sucks.
assessment. That's what he wanted. But then my next question was, have you ever had singing lessons or vocal lessons? And he's like, no. And so, because he wanted me to kind of like be his coach, his voice teacher. And I believe that if you want to learn something, the best way to learn it, even though the internet has so many opportunities for us to learn things, but if you want to learn something like that, vocals, I think it's best that you get somebody local, you know, a school teacher, a chorus teacher, a church choir director, you know, um, a vocal coach, somebody that's local that you can just that you can go and see, and they can hear you and see you and and coach you right there with a piano, and watch your development, tell you where you're going wrong, keep you on the right path, all that kind of thing. Things that you can do so much better in person than you can do online, you know. Um, and I'm a firm believer in that. Um, but if you have to do that online, um, yeah, so be it. But I think your first step ought to be to try to find a professional, somebody with experience, somebody who cares about the craft of singing and voicing, um, that is willing to work with you, and you may have to shell out some cash for that, you know. That's all price of. So, but yeah, so he sent me another video not long after that, after I had already said all this stuff, and he's like, "Well, did it sound better than the last one?" And I really didn't respond, I'm because I kind of said what I had to say, you know. Go ahead and get some voice lessons, improve your craft, and improve your voice, improve your range, improve all of that, your musicality, and that's the first step. Get the fundamentals down. You know, I sing every day. Um, I practice pretty much every day. I'm always stretching the limits of my vocal cords. Um, not in a harsh way, but just to continue to open myself up to be able to do different things. But music is not written below, I think, C2 for opera. Um, and there's other pieces, a lot of Southern gospel has deep low notes, but they come in spurts, they come in parts. Um,
In fact, it's
and I,
actually quite rare, I think, for like anyone to go below like D2 in opera. So
right,
like
right,
it's so like it's not really like it's a low pitch, of course. I mean, most men struggle with that note. It's like it still impresses me, but like anyways, I've got another question.
okay.
So we already know that your low notes just came naturally to you range wise, but like how did you learn to resonate with them? And how long did it take? And how old were you when you started working on projecting?
Um, well, I received my scholarship for voice when I was 27, and that's when I started having my first voice lessons, and that's when I got introduced to opera, you know. And of course, with that comes, breathing techniques and all of that kind of thing. Now, the resonance in my voice, that's pretty much a natural thing. And I that was not something that I learned. That was not something that I trained to do. It's just the way my voice developed over time. And for a bass, a true bass, which I am, a true bass, that makes a difference too.
Yeah.
As a true bass, your voice continues to get more resonant and in depth if you're taking care of it, um, as you get older. And I think the age of 50 is like the sweet spot for a true bass. And so if you're 18 or 25 or even 35 and you're trying to sound like me, um, the best thing I can tell you is just to give it some more time, because over time you can't skip some things you can't skip. Now, I'm not saying there aren't anomalies out there. I'm sure there are. Some people might see me as an anomaly, and I may be, I don't know. I never studied or researched that stuff. But for most for the standard bass voice, you have to give it time to mature and ripen, like a fruit. It has to ripen. And that only happens with time. You can't skip that. There's no way to skip that. So I know as I've gotten older, my voice has gradually continued to deepen, and the resonance and the fullness has continued to, just, I guess the best word I can say is ripen, like a fruit. Um, and now I'm in my prime at 57. I'm in my prime, you know.